Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life? How's things? Wherever you are. Let me know in the comments where you are, how things are there, and if you're doing okay with it. Because that's kind of important. We just, here in West Virginia, the governor signed a, like an emergency leave act, I guess, that grants up to 2 weeks of paid leave for this, this illness, that's pretty cool, So it gives people the ability to stay financially capable through this, especially if somebody gets sick. Yesterday I was cutting the grass in March. I don't think I've ever cut the grass in March before. I think this is the first year that's happened. I was cutting the grass and listening to This American Life, which is an amazing podcast. If you've never heard it, it's totally worth listening to. They cover a lot of really interesting topics, and it's kind of all over the place, and that's kind of the point. But they did an episode about how this is affecting people, and one of the questions that they had was, how is this affecting parents? And it just so happens that one of the producers of the show has a brother and sister-in-law who were both sick and have a 2-year-old or something, 1.5, like a toddler, and got to do an interview with them and got to hear just how bad it is, how bad it's affecting them. And got to hear quite a few other stories about people being personally affected by this, and it's really just kind of, I have this fortunate place. I'm in this very fortunate place where my job is not affected by this. I can do my job from here just as well. Actually, probably I'm doing more work here than I've ever done in the office. I can concentrate more here, and I can get more done. So I'm a better worker from here than I am at the office. So, if anything, my work is getting more out of me during this than anything else. And I'm salaried, so my work is protected for the most part. But listening to people whose jobs are gone or have the potential to be gone, and have complete uncertainty about how to move forward, it's scary, man. It's super scary. And so, I'm weathering this just fine. I'm weathering this, one, because I'm financially fine, and two, because I'm a hermit by nature. I'm very good at being alone, and I'm not alone. M's here. I had Keely all weekend. I had Roland yesterday. So I'm not alone. But I'm very good at just staying in a space, and I could just not leave. It'd be fine, I think that today I feel a little bit down. I feel a little bit like I just kind of want to, I don't have any desire. There's projects down here I want to do. I want to work some more on the carving. I've got some new art that I want to try to carve. I want to work some on building a thing for Keely. I want to clean up a little bit more. I want to build some shelving. I have the wood for it. There's things that I definitely want to do, but I have no motivation to do them today. And so I feel like this is a little bit of a down day, but I don't think it has to do with being holed up or anything. It just I think it has to do with being really busy all weekend, and then today just being and I just read something on Facebook that said, my friend posted a post that said something like, the majority of parenting is getting up after you just sat down. And that was all weekend. I would sit down for 2 minutes, and then it would be dead. I want this. Sit down and it was just constant. And between Keely's needs, between my needs, between M's needs, and with the dog needing to be let in and out, I was just constantly up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And so I think today this little, like, moment of just kind of apathy is basically coming down from that excitement. Like, there was a whole bunch of activity, a whole bunch of everything, and now I'm back, going back into my normal kind of lackadaisical routine, and that makes me feel a little bit down. So those are my perspectives. Like, my perspective is I'm okay. There's, groceries, we have lots of food, we have lots of toilet paper, I have working vehicles, and I'm financially fine. So for me, knowing what's out there in the world, that all sounds really scary, but it so far has not impacted me, like, very little. And so that's why when I come down here every day for the past couple of weeks and I ask you how you're doing, and I'm very serious about hearing from you, I don't have the perspective. Like, I don't know what it's like out there. Here in West Virginia, my friend yesterday talked about, he's in Cleveland, and he was talking about how bad it is in Cleveland right now. And he tells me, of the like 1.8 million people in his county, there's this, and I was like, there's barely 1.8 million people in the entire state of West Virginia. So for me, like, the perspective isn't there. There's just so few people that, yes, it's affecting us, but it's nothing like we're bringing in refrigerator trucks to take care of the dead, or because there's just not that many people here. So that's why I want to hear from you. And today's no different. Let me know how things are in your area. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you personally. Even if it's just, writing you a note and sending you a picture, or I'll draw something for you, or maybe you want a sign made, or you want me to build something for you. Please reach out. If there's anything I can do for you to make your life a little easier through all of this, I'm more than willing to help. I just, I need to know. So tell me in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, being wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. The word today is ameliorate. It's a verb meaning to correct a deficiency or defect, to make right a wrong, to take actions that make up, at least in part, for negative actions or failure to take actions previously. After you insulted her mother, I don't think even the most expensive piece of jewelry will be enough to ameliorate your relationship with Marcia. Ameliorate. A-M-E-L-I-O-R-A-T-E.